Imagine for a moment that your body did not come into this world to age, but to remember that every cell you believed surrendered to the passage of time is actually a sleeping guardian awaiting your voice to awaken. This is not a book about conventional science, nor about fleeting youth formulas. It is a living codex, an invitation to explore the forgotten mystery that vibrates in your marrow, in your breath, in the silent geometry organizing your energy. What you are about to read does not originate from a laboratory, but from the inner sanctuary where the secrets of ancient sages and modern quantum revelations converge. Here you will learn that your body is not a machine but a frequency. That rejuvenation is not a wish but a mission. You are about to enter a temple of activating words, where the soul guides matter, where the invisible takes shape, and where the light you once were prepares to return. Are you ready to read with your cells, feel with your electromagnetic field, and remember with the DNA that never forgot its origin? Before you begin this video, remember to subscribe and give it a like. Imagine it for a moment. Aging is not a biological sentence, nor an unforgiving clock ticking through your veins. It is a story repeated, whispered generation after generation, until it became law. But what if the body entered the world as a blank manuscript, waiting for you to write its destiny? For centuries we believed the body was a machine, something that wears down, breaks, and needs fixing. Yet the oldest cultures, without scalpels or chemical formulas, knew that beneath the flesh resides an energetic architecture, an invisible field that shapes matter. True aging, they said, does not begin in the bones but in the mind. In the beliefs we accept, in the emotions we refuse to release, in the words we tell ourselves, each acting as a vibrational code upon ourselves. Today, quantum physics and modern biology approach, sometimes unwittingly, that ancestral knowledge. They speak of probability fields, of particles responding to the observer, of realities transformed by attention. All of this was taught millennia ago in silent temples where initiates knew the body was an extension of the soul, and that health depended on alignment with the sacred rhythm of the universe. Your body, then, is not a machine destined to age by default. It is a network of frequencies, a bioenergetic system that renews itself constantly when you activate it with intention. When you breathe from the center, when you think coherently, when you feel with presence, you generate an internal electromagnetic field that doesn't just affect your health, it determines it. And here begins the true journey, because that field does not activate on its own. It requires precise practices, breaths that awaken dormant zones, chants that resonate as codes in your organs, visualizations that reconfigure the vibrational design of your cells. This is not magic. It is the spiritual technology our ancestors mastered without devices, using only consciousness. For example, the pineal gland, the thymus, the mitochondria, structures barely studied by traditional medicine, are in fact quantum antennas, receivers and emitters of vibrational information. When you think clearly, when you speak elevated words, when your emotion aligns with your action, these antennas awaken, and they begin to emit light. Ancient cultures knew this. They did not separate the physical from the spiritual. In Egypt, in India, in Tibet, the body was a living temple. Its vibration could be tuned like an instrument. And when that tuning was achieved, what we now call a miracle occurred. The body regenerated, defied illness, and rejuvenated. All this knowledge was silenced, replaced by a mechanistic vision that made us forget that every cell listens, that every thought commands, that every emotion is an electrical pulse altering internal architecture. But today we are remembering, because you are not made of flesh alone. You are made of intention, of living consciousness in dialogue with your biology. And rejuvenation, then, is not about erasing wrinkles. It is about igniting the original energy dwelling within you. About becoming again that temple of light that never ceased to vibrate. It only waited for you to awaken it. When you understand that your thoughts are not just ideas but vibrational pulses your biology interprets as commands, the body ceases to be a passive object. It becomes an instrument. Every word, every emotion, every internal image you inhabit shapes your energetic field. The body is an orchestra, and you are the one setting the rhythm. Thoughts elevate or wear down. Emotions constrict or expand. Words reconfigure or disharmonize. This is the quantum language. Frequencies the body hears not with ears but with its cells. To say, "I am broken," is not a complaint, it is a vibrational order. To say, "I am light," is a genetic activation. That is why the sages used mantras, affirmations, chants. They were not poetic rituals but vibrational technologies. And when mind, emotion, and action unite in coherent intention, the atmosphere of miracle is born. The body reorganizes. Energy rises. But this reconfiguration does not happen with words alone. Everyday gestures accompany it. Silence, for example, is not emptiness. It is medicine. 10 daily minutes to turn off stimuli, close your eyes, and simply be cleanse the field, purify your energy, and awaken your body's regenerative intelligence. Movement also matters. Walking, breathing, eating, but with presence. Every gesture performed consciously fine-tunes your frequency. Breathe in a spiral, imagining a light rising from your spine to your crown, then descending to bathe your entire interior. This activates memories your cells have held since before birth. And finally, what you consume emotionally. Not just food, images, words, sounds. What do you allow into your senses? What music lives within you? What narratives feed your field? Beauty is quantum medicine. What elevates your vibration, heals. Thus, when you unite conscious word, sacred silence, present movement, and vibrational consumption, the body needs no promises. It responds. Because it was not designed to age unguided, but to vibrate with purpose. And that purpose is you. And upon reaching this point, a question begins to resonate deep within. Why do you wish to rejuvenate? It is not enough to want to feel good or look young. The body does not respond to whim, it responds to purpose. And that purpose is the compass directing energy toward expansion. Ancestral cultures never separated healing from service. The sage healed to teach. The priest regenerated to uphold the temple's frequency. The initiate awakened their biology not for vanity, but because they knew a mission was stored within it. And today you too are called to remember that higher reason. Because when intention aligns with the soul, the body activates as fertile ground. Consider this, every cell reborn does so not just for you but for those who will be touched by your light. There is no true rejuvenation without a higher cause to inspire it. It is like planting without knowing the harvest to come. The fire dies, the drive fades, coherence dissipates. And coherence, as we saw, is the vital principle of quantum biology. When your thoughts seek to heal, your emotions receive them with gratitude, and your actions embody them with devotion. Something orders itself within. The body vibrates in harmony. The electromagnetic field expands. Vital energy flows without resistance. This act of alignment is not just another technique. It is a pact. A reunion with your original design, the one life offered you before the world's noise taught you to forget. Because youth does not reside in the skin, it lies in the field. And that field responds to what you decide to uphold. So ask yourself each morning upon waking, why do I want this renewed energy? What creation do I wish to sustain with my vitality? Whom do I want to uplift by uplifting myself? Because when purpose becomes the inner melody accompanying your deeds, the body does not hesitate. The body cooperates. And then you rejuvenate not to escape time, but to embrace your mission. From there, the miracle is not an external event. It is the natural effect of your internal coherence. Because you did not come merely to exist. You came to radiate. And the body, that vibrant temple you now recognize as ally, only awaits your reminder of why it chose to live. Here begins the true rebirth. And now that you have journeyed through these 5 stations of awakening, a silent truth begins to chant from within. Your body was never the enemy. Was the messenger. The biocodex awaiting your conscious attention. Nothing external can match the power that springs forth when your thoughts, emotions, and breaths align as a sacred symphony. You have learned that rejuvenation is not aesthetics. It is coherence. Not denial of age. It is honoring the soul's divine rhythm incarnate. No promise is more exalted than this. Reclaiming the pact with your luminous biology, reconnecting with the purpose that gives meaning to each heartbeat, and transforming every cell into an altar of rebirth. Because you do not age, you evolve. And today you have remembered the code that was always within you. Not in books, not in formulas, but in your living consciousness, pulsating with the frequency of one who has decided to become light once more. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. See you in the next video.